Good morning, Taurus, and welcome to your end of June reading with me, Anna, from Anna Transylvania's Tarot Room. Okay, let's go, Taurus. Let's go. I know, you guys have been waiting for yours since yesterday. I know I'm supposed to do them on the 23rd because that's what, you know. So let's see. Let's see what is going on with you, Taurus. Oh, beautiful, Taurus. Okay, good. Um, so Taurus, you guys have leveled up in the last few months. You guys have like totally redone what you do for a living. Okay. And these cards are saying it seems new to you right now. It seems new. It seems like you keep doing this thing over and over again when you're building and it gets torn down, building and it gets torn down. Okay. And basically, what it's saying is that you should consider that whatever you've been doing is not a fresh start. It's not like you're starting from scratch. Every single time you build something, it's almost like you're leveling up but very slowly. So for example, say you have your own business, but you're in this building or whatever, in this location. You end up not needing the location and moving, right? Some of your customers are always going to come with you. Okay. Some of your customers are your customers and they're going to some of the customers are not. Okay. So not every time do you have to necessarily build from scratch. And that's what it's kind of saying here. It's saying that a large group of people that you used to work with are no longer going to be with you. But, however, it's because they don't have the same value system you do now. However, that doesn't mean there's not going to be a core group of people who comes with you. Okay. And from this core group of people, you can actually start rebuilding. So it is actually talking about a sort of level up where if you have clients and if you have um, like just a small group, make sure that whoever you do take with you is the group that can financially support you at the same level. So say you have 3 customers and uh, they only pay like $20, for example, for a service that you have. But then you have the one customer that's paying you $100 for a different service that you do that might not be as time consuming. Take the $100 customer with you, okay? Make sure you cater to those who appreciate the knowledge that you provide, okay? So yeah, a lot of practical advice for the end of June for you, Taurus, because you are leaving. You can hear my dogs over here if you can, but because you are leaving, sort of juggling a whole lot of gig work for money. Okay. So some of the people are gonna start coming out of the cracks and being like, "Hey, can we come back? Can we?" But in the meantime, make sure that you install yourself as the expert that you know you are. You've gained a lot of knowledge. And now it's time for you to lead a small team of people. It is not time for you to get another gig to make more money. Okay. And I know you guys are tempted because you're like, well, I can't just live on, whatever you're making right now. And it's saying you have to build so that you can keep going up, because upward mobility is the most important thing right now for you. All right, let's see what else. Okay. So you guys are being very responsive today, and you're saying, well, I don't want to be a queen. Like, I'm not asking, I'm just asking for like XYZ money. And what it is telling you is the most important thing right now is for you to put yourself in a position to be able to reach financial freedom right now. Not just rebuild, to don't rebuild it how you know how to rebuild it, okay? Don't build something that's exactly the same as it was before. You have to be thinking about long term, what is your goal, and start building towards that goal. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay. You have to start making plans and start building a team that's going to support, because nobody does it without a team nowadays. Okay. Let's see. Let's clarify that. Yeah. It's saying, first and foremost, they don't want you to worry. They want you to plan for success instead of failure. So then first and foremost, you got to take a rest, you got to sleep, you got to stop worrying about, you know, this, stop worrying about where the next money is coming from, and start doing what's good. Sometimes these cards are kind of cards of emotional and mental health. I'm not one of those professionals, but so these are saying um, that you have to start building sort of healthy habits mentally and emotionally. Make sure that you feel good about the things you're doing first and foremost, okay? So that make sure that you feel at peace when you take a decision. Make sure that you are at peace, okay, Taurus? Yes, you're leaving a lot behind. Yes, there's a lot of indecision, and you kind of hung up about it. You're like, mm, yes, I understand. I understand why they're telling you not to worry, because it's been a long time. Like you've been used to doing things a certain way. And Taurus, you guys sometimes have to learn by repetition, like repeating the lesson again and again and again. Um, and until you get it. But the universe in this case is telling you you've been waiting for such a long time for the solution to this problem. And the solution is right now you're at a point in time. So the universe is sort of giving you a divine timing where they're saying you don't have to break everything down and go down to zero again. They're saying that you're at a point in time right now where if you stop and address how you're feeling and what you're thinking and what's giving you anxiety now, you're not going to be incorporating it into your new business, into your new lifestyle, okay? But they're saying, please stop now, stop and regroup now, and make sure that every single thing that you're doing right now makes you feel good and makes you feel at peace, okay? That is important. So maybe it's slowing you down and it's telling you you're going at a pace and it's great. But in order for you to maintain this pace, you have to step back at this particular moment in time and reassess what your goals are for the future and calmly say, well, if I'm to have this by that time, I have to have this by this time. And let's start building upon that instead of adding more stress to yourself and to your schedule by adding another business or adding, a side gig or whatever, which we know you can do. Make sure you're building your current gig so that it can support you long term. Okay. Yes. Yes. If you start doing that, okay, this week the universe will give you the exact right people, the exact right location, the exact right, because they want you to be in a sort of a receptive mode for your success. And there are things that they want to give you. There are people that they want to bring into your life that if you're not receptive, you're going to miss it. I mean, you're still in a good place, okay? Most of you are still in a good place. You're in an okay financial place. Taurus never really suffers that much. Um, don't make me eat my words. You guys never really suffer that much as far as not having anything. You will do a gig, you will do something, and it'll bring you lots of money, okay? Uh, like you don't sit there idle when there's no money, okay? You do something and you make some money. But they're telling you, think about the long term, make long term plans, make estate plans, make hereditary plans, do all of these things. And if you start thinking from a success point of view Instead, what am I losing? What am I gaining? What could I be gaining from these actions that I'm taking? Then you're going to be in the receptive mode to get whatever it is that's coming next from the universe that's going to support these ideas. All right. This, for some of you, can also be a lover, by the way. It doesn't have to just be work, but it looks like work. So I'm interpreting it differently, but for some of you, for a small portion of you, okay, this can be lovers. This can be a new lover. This can be a new love. This can be a new partner, okay, because the old partner just didn't have it. Yes. So these were the cards from the collective reading I did a little bit this morning. You know, like you guys are having wanderlust and you want to just leave everything behind, and it's telling you, please don't do that. Please just ask for what you need next. Please just be receptive for what you need next. All right, let's clarify that last bit. Yes, there we go. Yes, beautiful. Beautiful. So for some of you, you're going to be offered a better location, a better gig, a better job. For those of you that have traditional jobs, a lot of you on this channel do not. So you're going to be offered, like, you know, the thing that you want, but it's going to be coming slow. So I'm assuming that it's coming in the next couple of months. So they just want you to get into this habit, okay? So this week, Taurus, you have a big task ahead of you. You have a big ask from the universe. And the universe is asking you to please consider your long-term plans. Okay? Please consider what success you want to have and start manifesting from that point of view. If you manifest from that point of view this coming week and maybe in July, for some of you it's like farther away, but for most of you it's going to be probably in July, you're going to be offered a solution to your problem, like a new job or a new gig that's making twice as much or something like that. So you're being urged to stand your ground right now, to sit there for a second for this week, okay, and consider, you know, what kind of a life you want to have like 10 years from now, for example. Okay. All right, Taurus, like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and I thank you very much for going to the end of the episode. All right, bye bye.